Good morning, dear friends. I wanted to bring you another layout share, a continuation of the series of layouts from PumpkinInferno when my husband and I went up to Canada, to Upper Canadian Village in October of 2024. These layouts I did in April, and I have about 20. I'm going to split it up into 2 videos and kind of go over the layouts. Most of them are double layouts. Most of them are scrapbook generation sketches that are paid for, so I can't show the sketch, but I'll kind of talk about the layouts and the stories. This first one is PKFN Mad Lab. Discover the secret lab of Mr. Mad, but take caution. He is known for creating some monstrous offenders. It is in his DNA. I love the little poems that they wrote about each display. These are all carved out of artificial pumpkins, and they are amazing. I really liked the lab that it had the potion bottles, and it had the chemical symbols. And so the paper that I chose to use for this layout was Kiwi Lane 2016 Crisp Memories, and that is the background paper. And then I used Chanel Lane here and here and up in here for some of the chemical symbols and the carbon atoms, and I use Chanel Field Trip. And here is a very, very old Creative Memories sticker that shows the glassware from the chemistry lab. And the second half of the layout, particular layout was my own design because I was trying to use these chemical symbols and a little bit of chemistry type ephemera that I had. And so this is the second half of the layout, and here you can actually see Mr. Mad himself. I put Mad Scientist. This is an old Creative Memories embellishment. Here are the scary scholars, and here you can see the chemistry flasks and the beakers and the carbon atom drawing that I had to learn in organic chemistry, and organic chemistry is not for the faint at heart. I love this little sign, totally nerdy, and it's using the atomic numbers and symbols of the different molecules and atoms. Okay. The next set of layouts are fashioned fables. And fashioned fables, it's time to pumpkin spice up your wardrobe because orange is totally in this season. Hit the runway and strut your stuff alongside our fabled friends. Let's start some amazing new trends. And amazing spelled with A-M-A-I-Z-E-I-N-G. Very cute little poems. Okay, this particular layout I used Simple Stories Fabulous, and I used a scrapbook generation sketch, 8-photo sketch by Allison Davis that was paid content, so I really can't show it. And so the paper here is fabulous, and this is some of the cut aparts. The flare buttons on this page and the companion page, the other half, are from Yes Please Paper Crafts quite a while ago. And so here's some of the fashioned fables that we can see. Here I recognize Dorothy and the Scarecrow. I don't really recognize the others on this page, but it says Best Costume Enter, Costumed Up, Love the Outfit, Scary, Enter If You Dare. And on here it says A Very Wicked Halloween. And the other half of the layout, there's 3 4x6 photos. The cut apart cards again, all from Fabulous. We have the Oh My Wicked Good Fun. That is on the flare button, and Spooky Costume. And so I thought that those went along well with this. And here we see maybe the Wicked Witch of the North or the South or something. And here we see Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. And so that was a really interesting display. And from there, the next display we went to is about skiing. And so for this particular set of layouts about skiing, it says, "Calling all ski bums. Meet us on the slopes. We're feeling vintage chic as we carve our way through pumpkin peaks. Let's shred together. Get on the hill. We hope you enjoy this gore-tastic thrill." And so, in this particular layout, I chose to use, let's see, Simple Stories Acorn Lane, which is a fall line to represent skiing. But I wanted the blue and orange colors to go along with the pumpkin display and of the figures skiing. These are all carved pumpkins. And so this blue paper from the Acorn Lane by Simple Stories kind of looked a little bit like snow to me. And so I used that. And the sketch was Scrapbook Generation 6x6 paper pads, sketch number 15 by Allison Davis, 14 photos. So you can see I have a lot of little photos that show some of the details. And the 6x6 paper pad, was cut into triangles, and so you can see the triangles are lined up here. And the embellishments I chose from that line were like the sweater and the hat and the scarf and the gloves. And I used some enamel dots and some enamel dots here. Stay warm and cozy, sweet memories, and some hats and some socks, and to kind of represent skiing. And so that's the first side of the layout. I'm sorry, I don't know how to quite set up my space yet for a double page layout to see it all at one time. But I do post over on Instagram, and I'll get these posted over there. Second part of that layout, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more photos. I put some 3x4s and a couple 4x6s, and it's amazing. These are carved from pumpkins, and yet this was moving in the air overhead like a ski lift. This says, "Bundle up. I love sweater weather." And so we have, scarves and hats and sweaters. And down here, you can see they're sitting around the bonfire. And this says bonfires. And we have coffee and cocoa and a bundle of wood. This is the sign that says Pumpkin Peaks, where they ski. And then these are different directions for different hills. Let's see if I can read them. I got to get it up closer for my benefit. It says Pumpkin Spice Peak, Ghoulish Glades, Scarecrow Chute, and Pumpkin Pie Passage. And so those are the names of the different areas on the ski slope. So I thought that was kind of really unique and lots of fun. This was very exciting to see. The Pumpkin Inferno is done every year at Upper Canadian Village, and it's a different display every year. So I hope to get back up there again with my husband. My next set of layouts is Haunted Haven. Scaredy cats beware. The manor that lies ahead is being haunted. There are too many ghosts around here for this house to have a living room, but no need to fear. A candy a day keeps the ghosts away. Okay, so this is Haunted Haven, and I actually have 4 total pages about that because I really liked the display. And so with this, I once again used Simple Stories Fabulous, and I used some of the washi tape. I picked the tombstones that kind of matched the display and all of the skeletons I could find. This one says, "Vacancy, please join us." And this talks about a space being for rent. And this says, "Rest in peace, I am a spook. Ricky D. Bones ought to be alive." And so the carvings they had was You'll Be Next, No Escape, and Scaredy Cat. I thought those were very fun. This is an older Creative Memories piece right here. And this is an old can company, so I did some stash busting with this also. The sketch I used for this layout was a Scrapbook Generation 8 photo sketch, sketch number 6, Allison Davis. And so I have 4 on this page, and I have 4 more on this page. Creepy, Beware, Happy Haunting, Rest in Peace. It's October. These ghoulish figures were actually moving and dancing. They were kind of creepy looking. These were the gates on either side of the path to enter the haunted haven. So I thought those were very interesting. And not much else besides some bats from Fabulous and some of the foam things. And then just stash busting. Definitely I was stash busting on this. The next set is also from Haunted Haven, Total Stash Bust. That's mostly what I did for this particular one. Let me look at the back of this paper. This paper was from a paper pad. It was very thin, so I backed it up on black cardstock, and all of these individual paper strips were from a paper pad that I've had for a long time. Either came from Joann's or Michael's. And I used a Scrapbook Generation sketch, 6 photos by Allison Davis. And so there's 3 4x6 photos lined up here. And you see some of the other ghouls that are in the Haunted Haven. The cluster up here with the enameled dots is from Fabulous. This is an old Creative Memories. This is a very old sticker from my stash. That's an old, probably K & Company. And these are very old stickers from my stash. And the other half of Haunted Haven, you can see the fireplace. You can see Dracula resting. And some other ghoul here in the window with a lantern. I got Fangs a Lot and Dracula. Kind of from my stash, really been around a long, long time to kind of go along with Dracula here. Rest in Peace. So I kind of took every skeleton, every tombstone I could find in my stash and used it for these 4 pages. And so I'm going to stop the video here, and then I will film another one to do the 10 more layouts that I did back in early April. I'm going to try to film a little more regularly, but as I had said in a video earlier this week, I had some physical problems right after I went to this 4-day crop, and then I had a death in the family, and so now I'm able to get back into my scrap room and do some things. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. I would really like if you would give this video a thumbs up, and if you would subscribe to my channel and come back and watch some more videos. And I hope that you have a fabulous day and lots of happy, scrappy times. Bye now.